Dear friends, I'm so sorry that I cannot speak in Telugu. But my leaders, comrades, they will speak to you in Telugu also. We meet you, the Communist Party meets you now in the backdrop of the 75th anniversary of the independence of our country. And we are proud that this is the 75th anniversary of the heroic Telangana armed struggle also. The Telangana armed struggle did play a role in keeping this country united. It foiled the game plans of the Nizam and his cronies for a separate state of Hyderabad, to take it away from India. So we are the part of that struggle which kept the country's unity and integrity with utmost seriousness, with our belief that it is precious. So this country's freedom, its sovereignty, its secular values, its concept of a republic in the true sense, and dedication of sovereignty, and its goal of socialist India, all these are very dear to us for the communists. And we are very proud to say that these basic national goals are not only of the communists, they are the founding principles of India's constitution. That's why we call it the constitutional principles. So we dedicate ourselves at this 75th anniversary of the country's independence to continue our struggle to safeguard the Indian Constitution and all its fundamental principles. And we are very sure that the people of India, who are the framers of the Constitution, and their socio-political will be very dedicated to win this battle for the country's prosperous future. The present government that ruled the country, the BJP, which is led by the RSS, we always want to say, whenever we mention the political party's name BJP, we want to prefix RSS before that. BJP in itself is nothing. BJP has its fullness when it is attached to the RSS. It is the RSS which functions as the brain and the spine of the BJP. In fact, they control the BJP government. And that RSS has no concern for India's secular values. Without inhibition, they have stated that they stand for the building of a Hindu Rashtra, which is absolutely against the secular values of this great country. And that government, even though they speak a lot from the rooftop about Atmanirbhar Bharat, in essence, the government led by Narendra Modi is undermining everything that is related to the Atmanirbhar Bharat. The typical example in Vizag, before our eyes, is the Vizag steel plant. everybody knows the future of that great industrial establishment is now threatened. Threatened by whom? Threatened by the Atmanirbhar government. For whose interest they are doing it? They are doing it for the sake of the corporates, both from India and from outside. So this country is day by day is surrendered before the profit mongering of the corporates of the world and of India. And this Vizag steel plant is going to be a victim of that looters' greed for profits. That's why tomorrow the Communist Party, as part of its continuous struggles, is launching one more protest day in Vizag. We are part of that struggle. United, we fight for this cause to save the steel plant. Independently, we struggle for that cause, and we are sure that the people as a whole will fight and win this battle. Otherwise, any day that sword of Damocles may fall on the head of Vizag steel plant in the form of in the name of or in the form of Adani or Ambani. It may come to kill the Vizag steel plant, which is a very prestigious and honorable public sector undertaking. I did not tell you the whole history of that steel plant. It was the people who built it. It is the dream of a great area. That's why thousands of acres of land was set apart for the steel plant. And the people did a big sacrifice for it. Thousands of inhabitants, they volunteered to go away from their homes to any place because they wanted the steel plant to come to this place. Thus it emerged. Thus it flourished. Even today, it is not a loss-making enterprise. It is running rather in a good way, even though the government of the country is not supporting it. Vizag steel plant is trying to be on its own legs, facing all odds, and the government very purposefully is closing their eyes to these facts. And we want to take this message. Vizag steel plant is under attack, not from outside, but from within. The government is the killer, nobody else. That's the plight of the Vizag steel plant. We would like to ask the government of Andhra Pradesh, where do they stand? Do they stand with the people of Andhra Pradesh? Or do they stand with the BJP government? We are very, very glad to say that when the workers and the people agitate, we can see the YSRCP among those ranks of the people who strike, who agitate. But we can see the same YSRCP inside and outside the parliament raising their hands for everything that the BJP is doing. The compulsions may be there, and the compulsions may not be very easy to make public for them. But this is what they say. They are trying to run with the hare and hunt with the hounds. That is the game plan of the YSRCP. If they are with the people of Andhra Pradesh, they should stand very firmly opposing the BJP government and its policies of monetization. Nobody knows what this monetization is. Monetization is nothing but the preludes to the move of privatizing everything. A whole country is now on the table for sale. Everything for the sale. Shameful it is. A government that swears in the name of Atmanirbhar Bharat is selling everything. They are selling off all the family properties, the LIC, the GIC, the banks, the airports, the seaports, the air companies, the mines, and what else? We can say in one sentence, the sky, the land, and the apes, Bhumi, Agasham, Padalam, all are for sale under the Narendra Modi government. So the Communist Party want to alert the country, saying one thing. 2 days back, it was the birth anniversary of the Prime Minister. And they made a big drama out of that. 2.5 crores people were given vaccination on that day, making a celebration out of the Prime Minister's birthday. In that context, the Communist Party would like to ask how many birthdays they need for a universal vaccination. Vaccination is not a prasadam by a government. It's the right of the people. This is our land, and we have a right to live in this land. So a government of a republic, which is the people's government, if they claim so, it has a duty to see that every Indian citizen get the vaccination free of cost. Even today there are 3 stages: government vaccination, then private vaccination, then state vaccination, central vaccination. The prices are also varying. Why? When such a big pandemic has come on the country and the people, the government consciously is trying to support the private vaccine makers to plunder the people. We have a very strong public sector pharmaceutical chain in this country. Indian pharmaceutical world system is one of the best in the world. India was once known as the pharmacy of the world. Almost for every diseases, the vaccines were produced here, and the vaccines were given to the whole world, to other countries also, in not rare places. That was India's tradition. In that India, when COVID came, the government is trying to support the private manufacturers to loot the people in the name of the pandemic. Again, I would like to say, shame on the government. One of my friends were telling yesterday, if Narendra Modi will have a birthday every day, today is a birthday, tomorrow birthday, day after tomorrow also another birthday, and every birthday 2.5. In that way, it could have been completed by this time. But even on that day of his birthday, it was 19.5% of the people only got 2 doses of vaccines. India is lagging behind. And this is the situation of today. And the Communist Party understand very well that the challenge before the Vizag steel plant is not an isolated one. It is part of a government scheme to save this country and place this country at the feet of the profit mongers of the world. This is a government controlled by the FDI, foreign direct investments. So they call on democracy for the people, by the people, and of the people. But we would like to say, for the FDI, by the FDI, and of the FDI. That is the Modi government. So the Communist Party, along with the left forces, democratic forces, secular forces, is duty bound to be with the people